Yeah, last 48 hours with the Terra ecosystem have been absolutely nuts. Another all-time high for Luna. This time we blasted past 29, and while the entire market is basically retracing, there's a couple tokens like Luna and Sol who are just crushing it. But the biggest standout in my eyes is mine. If you look at the mine token, I got this cool tip from Luna_UST about a place where we can look at some mine charts. Mine has absolutely blown up. Let me show you the chart. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Mine is the token that's associated with Pylon. And a week ago, it's if we look at the daily, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A week ago, it was at 10 cents. Now it's jumped up to 20 cents, so it's doubled in the past week. And the reason why it's doubled is because there's been some news that they announced, news that the entire community has been waiting on. And that news is their upcoming IDO launch, the Terraworld token. It has some updated news, new benefits for stakers, new benefits that weren't there upon the first launch. So the way that they set it up now is for the people who want to get the tokens. The people who are first in line are for mine stakers that have at least 10,000 mine staked. So on the 22nd, there's going to be a max supply of 200 million TWD tokens available, and the maximum a person could purchase is $10,000 worth, and to get that maximum, they're going to have at least 100,000 mine tokens staked. But if you have at least 10,000, you're going to be able to grab a decent chunk of mine token. And then for people that don't stake mine, for people that want to buy even more TWD, there's going to be a second launch that happens 3 days later on the 25th. But this news dropped maybe an hour and a half ago, and it caused the skyrocketing of the mine token price that we see here. So Luna is skyrocketing. Mine is skyrocketing. Myrrh and Anchor are showing strength. There was also an interesting launch that occurred yesterday. If you were in tune with what's going on, you might have heard of Altered. Altered is a new project built on the Terra ecosystem by the same people that brought you Loda. And they had a launch about 20 hours ago, I'd say. And I participated in this launch. I no longer own the tokens. I bought and sold the tokens. But just to give you my experience on this project, Altered in their Alti project. This is another type of stable coin project, but instead of Terra Luna's mint and burn mechanism, they have a rebasing of tokens mechanism, and I've never actually explained this out loud, and I don't understand it half myself, but just to give you an idea, once you buy some tokens, then if you check it periodically, like let's say you buy some today, you check it tomorrow, you check it a week from now, what you might notice in your wallet is that if you bought 1 million tokens today, you might have 1.5 million tokens tomorrow, or you might have 500,000 tokens tomorrow. The supply in your wallet is elastic, and it expands and contracts depending on the demand of the protocol. So if there's more demand for the protocol, if the market cap of the protocol goes up, that means you have more value capture of that market cap. Like if the market cap goes from 50 million to 100 million, your percentage ownership of that market cap stays the same. So if you had 1% of the market cap owned at 50 million market cap, if you own 1% of the market cap, then at 100 million market cap, you still own 1% of the market cap. In order to make that math work, you need more tokens. So that's how that works. So the idea was if you buy altered protocol tokens early enough and before other people, then as those people buy in their share, market cap's going to go up, you will make a lot of money. So the way Altered set this up is that we basically had like where everyone was sitting in the Telegram chat for Altered, and the dev team was in communication with us about the launch date. And on Twitter, they posted like, "Oh, we're gonna go live in 20 minutes." And then 20 minutes passed and they didn't go live yet. And they said they were just kind of working on some bugs. So that was going on for about 30 minutes. So after that, the owner popped in and the owner said, okay, we're going live. So when it was time to go live, what was going to happen is you were able to, like, there was like a testnet message here. When you refresh, testnet message goes away. You were able to put in whatever money UST you wanted to buy, and you'd be able to buy the altcoin, Alt coin. You'd swap it, and then you'd have a certain percentage of the total supply. I have the top part of my screen chopped off here because it has my wallet address, so you can't see it. But like on the top, it gives you the percentage of total supply that you own. Now, there was a problem with the launch because the founder said that they were launching, and then he said they were launching in 30 seconds, and then 30 seconds happened, so people were refreshing. And like all these numbers you see here, everything was zero. Everything was zero. So they had some error where the front end wasn't reflecting the back end. And then some lucky souls just kind of aped into it anyway. Like maybe they counted 30 seconds, and as soon as 30 seconds happened, they jumped in and they bought, even though everything here said zero. Even though if you went down here and you put in $10,000, it would say zero. But if you click swap, the transaction would go through, and like it would reflect here in the front end on the top right, which I'm not showing you. But like most people don't ape like that. They were waiting for the UI to do something. But the people that did ape, like there's one guy who spent $10,000 and he got 12 million alt tokens, which came out to 12% of the total supply. And he got those tokens. So that's basically like if you do the math, it's like fractions of a penny that he got it at. And then as people started aping in, I mean, you can see what the price is right now. The price is 4 cents, 4.5 cents. So to get it at a fraction of a penny and to have like the price spiked all the way up to 12 cents at some point. So this person was up like 55x immediately, and a mega whale. So there's a couple of those people who are mega whales and they're just holding and dumping, holding and dumping. So, it's not the greatest thing to happen. If anyone's been around for Anchor, it kind of happens similarly because they just launch it like a price of like a small price, and then as people ape into it, the price goes up quickly. But for people who are like savvy or experienced, they have bots, or they know how to like interact directly with the blockchain, they're able to buy for really, really cheap, really, really early. The founder themselves, he was like, yeah, it's not ideal. And he's like, now I understand the value of like launching on a place like Pylon, where it's a fair launch, it's fixed price, like there's limits to how much you can own, like all these things make it a fair launch and give more people more options to actually get in. I got in around like 1.5 cents. And then I was in the chat and I was looking at it, and I had to run to the pharmacy to get my COVID test because I'll be traveling soon. And I was looking at it on my phone and I saw it jumping all the way up to 12 cents. So I was like, damn, that's amazing. And then I saw it quickly drop down from 12 cents, like all the way to, I don't know, 3 cents again. So really, really fast up and down action. And people were like monitoring the whale's wallet, and they could see him like periodically dumping. And to have so much distribution tied up to a handful of wallets, it like usually I don't my like when I buy a token, maybe sometimes I might cash out my principal, sometimes I don't, but I tend to want to hold it and just see where it goes. But after seeing one person hold so much and interacting with one of my private Telegram chats, we were talking about like, aping responsibly, taking profits, stuff like that. I decided with all of the info, all of the uncertainty, I cashed out around 7 cents. So I got a decent 4x out of this one. And, you know, I might get back in eventually just to see how things are. It just seems like a fun project. It's like unique, you know. I don't think they've really figured out a use case yet, but they have some stuff coming out. And I like to ape into random projects on Terra. So it's not financial advice. I just kind of, I don't know. This video is kind of like a diary of what I'm into here on Terra. Some of it's degen stuff, some of it's normal, but yeah, that's my experience with Altered. And while I've been talking, what's been going on with the price? Things are looking pretty good still. Luna's still hanging out in the 28s. Awesome. We can also cover a couple of my tweets here before I start wrapping up. One of the biggest things that's going on with Anchor right now is, check it out. When I took the screenshot of the Anchor yield reserve, the Anchor yield reserve is, if you go to app.anchorprotocol.com, this is their dashboard, you see this yield reserve here. For months, this yield reserve was in the red. It was going down. And just recently, the yield reserve started going up over time. So this was an hour ago. Now we can see it added a couple of like $20,000 in the past 2 hours. What this means is Anchor Protocol has a ton of borrowers. Right, Anchor Protocol, if you look at the dashboard, it's got $700 million being borrowed. It's got 1.1 billion people on the savings account side. So it's paying out these people 1.1 billion, almost 1.2 billion dollars worth of people, 20% APY a year. And it's generating this income from charging borrowers a 25% APR per year. So this 700 million is getting charged 25% APR to borrow. $1.2 billion is getting paid 19.46 APY per year. APY means compounding. And we have $2 billion of collateral in the system, and this collateral is earning staking APR. So BETH is generating about 5% APR per year. That's 1.79 million. 5% of that is going to paying this 19.5% APY. And we have BLuno is probably spitting out like 3.5% from this 1.8 billion since Luna's price has gone ballistic. So borrowers paying this plus this collateral earning a staking yield is paying the savings account enough, and it's actually has some money left over to go into the yield reserve. So not only are all these people getting paid, the yield reserve is getting replenished. So when there's some down days ahead, if this money is going up, then that is good for those down days because we'll have money to keep paying high interest rates to the savers. And as that number is high, Anchor buybacks continue to go up. So we're getting close to $50,000 in UST of buybacks in the past 72 hours, which is awesome. And look at Anchor's price, how it's doing. It's up 6.62% today. Anchor's looking good. Anchor's looking really good. These are good. These are good signs for Anchor. What else have I been tweeting about? This is where I talked about what's going on with the Terraworld project. Anchor collateral just hit 2 billion today. A lot of the market is down. You can see Uniswap is down 12%. Aave is down 12%. Meanwhile, Luna is up. When I took the screenshot, it was at 27.5. It jumped all the way to 29 at some point. So Luna is just on another level today. And I've talked to a few people who are just like, someone in the Telegram chat FOMO'd in, like I think he bought at 12, He sold at 16. He said he wanted to rebuy when it went a little lower to at like 13. And then from that point on, it went from like 16 all the way to 29 immediately. And then he FOMO'd in at 27.5 or yeah, like $28 even. So this is like it's just tough. It's tough being retail sometimes, man. FOMO is crazy. So he was trying to be a responsible investor. He was trying to book profits. He wanted to like scalp and trade the swings. It's hard to do that with Luna because Luna punishes you when you're trying to be too cute with the scalping, for sure. The other thing that I think is interesting is if we look at coin market cap. Damn it. Coin market cap. If we look at coin market cap, we can see Polkadot is number 9, Solana is number 10, and then we have Terra, which is hanging out at 14, 15, 16. And if you look at the market cap between them, it's about 10 billion market cap difference. To me, there's not $10 billion worth more value in the Solana and DOT ecosystem than there are in Luna. I think Luna is just as valuable, probably more so. So in order for the market to realize that value, it's going to have to make up this inefficiency somehow. And Sol and DOT they're going to move, right? They're going to go from 20 billion to whatever number. But Luna's just going to have to move faster and harder, larger than them, in order to surpass them. So that's the kind of move I'm expecting, not financial advice, but I think up until Columbus 5, as long as Bitcoin behaves and we're not going into the bear market, I think we're going to see some fireworks for sure. Here's Nicholas Flammel. He thinks mine is undercover a $2 token. It's just chilling in the 20-cent range right now, which is interesting. That's going to be cool. And yeah, that's a solid update for today. So yeah. Luna's on fire. Catch you guys next time.